Hello, welcome to the show. The Leeds House is here with me, James.
Me, Kevin.
And we are to talk about the Nottingham Forest game last night. A good win for Leeds. Strong win, strong performance. Good all-round individual performances, bar the odd couple. What do you think? What do you make of it?
Yeah, it was all right.
It was better than all right, mate.
We won a game again.
We won a game. We look comfortable.
We've only lost 3 out of the last 7 games.
Well, we've won 3 too.
Yeah, exactly. We are one of the form teams in the division.
Thanks to Javier coming in.
Javi Gracia.
What a hero.
Say thank you to Javi Gracia.
Yeah, I mean, if you looking at last night, from what I could see, there was no panic anywhere on the pitch, apart from Luke Ayling, just a little bit.
Yeah, he had a terrible first 30 minutes. Didn't he?
I don't want to keep knocking on because he got bagged on a bit last game. This game he weren't strong at the start. He sort of grew into it a little bit, but to be fair, the rest of the team sort of carried him through that because they were quality.
Yeah,
like, a lot of them played really good, really good. Special mentions for a few of them.
Yeah, but I guess
take it away, mate.
Yeah, we'll get onto that. I mean, Ayling. Everybody loves Ayling, or people hate Ayling. Don't know. That's what it seems to be out there at the moment.
Yeah,
but I'll just feel maybe just give him a rest. Maybe just needs a game out because he's played a lot of football.
I think you know what it is for Ayling. I think it could be for anyone really. When you go into a game last night where, again, it's sort of this must-win game because against one of the teams that we're battling to stay up against. He's the captain. It's at home. It's under the lights. Big crowd. So, but he should he's got enough experience now that he should be able to stand up in that and be counted.
Stop diving in.
Yeah, it was just little getting caught out. I mean, I know he's getting on a bit, but he got caught out a couple of times. His passing was a bit off. It was the instigator of where they scored from.
Newcastle are winning 2-0, by the way.
Bloody hell.
Honestly, I've just looked up at the screen behind me, and then Newcastle beating West Ham 2-0. I have no idea how that's happened. That's been 15 minutes.
I'm going to tell you how it happened, right? What happened is Newcastle scored 2 goals, right? Yeah. And West Ham haven't.
Oh, that's the music to my ears right now. That's good. So, yeah, let's get back to Luke Ayling then, because we just a minute of straight digress there. And, yeah, he gets skinned a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, but
he's also really good going forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We constantly talk about his ability as a fullback of getting forward and supporting the attack, and he's always been good at that. He's always been good at doing that. The problem that we have with him at the moment is the job that he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, is
the defensive side of it, and against better teams like obviously Arsenal, that's where you'll get punished because they'll spot that weak link. And they'll take advantage of it. I mean, I know he went through the Man United games. He played really well, but I said to you, you can't show up for 2 or 3 games and then have 4 or 5 games mediocre. But
got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I know he's probably not going to be the starter next season, and he probably will be used again for this next 9 games that we've got right now. But I've got to give him respect. He does a job most of the time.
No, he does. I mean, I can't. Like I say, I don't want to bag on him too much.
Neither do I. But because it just seems to be not the play he was a few years ago for us.
I mean, he's got his contract.
Yes, he deserves the contract.
Yeah, he'd probably be kept next year as a squad player.
Yeah,
I think. I was surprised that he actually started yesterday. I thought maybe he might start Christensen after his goal scoring.
Well, both of us had Christensen in our teams. And we both didn't have Roca.
No, yeah, and that wasn't a knock on Roca either. That was just my thinking on that was him sort of switching the team around a bit because of the quick turnover. But boy,
should we talk about Roca then for a bit? Now?
Yeah, well, probably his best game.
Best game in my eyes.
Again, let's not get crazy. It was against Forest, who are absolute diabolical away from home. They've scored now after yesterday 5 goals away, but. As I say, you cannot knock the performance from him. He was absolutely immense.
And he was the way he was when his goal went in as well. The way he was doing his knee slides and that like that. You can see that I think he's enjoying himself at the moment, Roca. And he showed that yesterday because he was steel, but he was great as well at the same time. The way he was spraying some of those balls around from the back was peak Roca. That's the best he's played for us so far. And yeah, we didn't put him in our teams, but obviously we've made a mistake there, haven't we?
I mean, I don't look at it as a mistake. I think off the performance, you could say, "Oh yeah, we were silly to leave him out," but he's just judging off him sort of switching the players around, because he seems to do that quite a lot since he's been in, finding different formations and tactics for certain teams. And the idea was, he played against Arsenal, and then McKennie was on the bench, sort of mixing that up. But yeah, the best performance he's had since he's been here.
Yeah, he was a lion. I think warrior.
You know what I think it was? I think it was because we're not as frantic as anymore. Because when we used to get the ball, it was straight away bang bang bang, forward forward forward. Now there's a bit more of a measured approach to us attacking.
Yeah,
is able to hold on to the ball, look for a pass, and we're not afraid to just keep it at the back. Before it was a bit like we need to get it forward as quick as possible. Now it's a bit more. There's a bit more sort of time taken in how we approach the attacking side of our game. But he was immense. He was picking passes, his tackling was great, supporting the forwards. Worked well with McKennie. I thought McKennie as well, especially first half, he sort of dictated a lot of our play yesterday. What do you think of McKennie? I know you're a big fan of McKennie.
I'm a big fan of McKennie. I think he did really, really well again last night. As you mentioned, controlling the play, getting down the sides, getting tackles in. He showed that American enthusiasm, which I love. And this is a big part of our side. Is the three American lads now, and I think that enthusiasm can only be a positive thing. And he was honestly, I thought he was great, and I really do hope that we sign him.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I know we keep mentioning it's only Forest, but if these two can continue in that sort of controlling the game from midfield and
while Adams is out,
that's what I'm saying. Adams might not be a bigger miss as we thought, because of how they played, and if they can continue to play the way they did yesterday, I'm very happy with them two yesterday. Roca, best game. McKennie,
probably the best game as well. Really.
He's just showing his sort of credentials of where it's come from, and sort of the leagues the positions he's been playing in, like Champions League football and stuff. Just really controlled, really sort of smooth on the ball.
He was great. Yeah, he's just, like I say, he's got an I keep saying he's got an elegance about him, McKennie has, but last night he was more rough and tumble, which I like. He was in everyone's faces, but what really surprised me how good he was in the air. I never know he was that good in the air. The way he's winning headers in the middle of midfield, and the same with Roca, they were dominating. Yeah,
can definitely get up.
But Forest are not a team that I don't want to gauge too much on that, because I don't see Forest as a team that are going to win a lot in the air and midfield anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at Forest because I thought when we played them at their ground, I thought we should have won that game as well.
Of course.
I was seeing how they were going to play against us yesterday, and from what I've seen, they didn't play at all.
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes was as much as they mustered in the first half.
Yeah.
And then the second half, it just turned into a bit of a hit and hope. Hit it all forward to try and get a break. But anyway, we'll go through the first half in terms of like goals.
Yeah. So obviously that Mangala's obviously opened the scoring. Ayling got caught out, and obviously Sinistera got turned a bit too easy there as well.
Yeah,
I saw
good little turn. I mean, he got back, which is good, and he went for the board. It was just a good turn and a good finish, to be fair to him. But that was all they had. That was all they had that first half. It was a good finish. But then we sort of just took over from there.
Yeah.
And there was only going to be one team.
Bounce back ability was absolute class. Players showed their character really, and nothing epitomizes more than bounce back ability than fucking Jack Harrison.
Yeah.
What a fucking game he played last night.
Brilliant.
That's the best I've seen him play for a long time. He was unplayable. The way he was skipping past people, his first touch, his passing was good. He was doing everything perfect. And I can't sing his praise more highly at the moment.
He was gone with a goal, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's added to his assists and his goals in the past few games.
Because I've always thought about him. Sorry for interrupting.
That's right.
I've always thought about him. I think he should play on the right hand side, because I think we've always played better when we've got wingers that are cutting in. I've always do. And then when he put in there last night, I think, okay, let's see how this goes. But he was absolutely solid.
Yeah.
And I think
really good.
The way that if they can revolve that front three behind the striker with Harrison, Aronson, Sinistera, Nonto, and Somerville. There's going to be some teams that are going to be fighting players. Ruter. Ruter. I was going to talk about him as among the possible strikers as well. So, I mean, Jack was a fantastic. I'm glad he got his goal. He seems to be going through one of those Jack Harrison purple patches at the moment.
Hope it lasts till the
So do I. Hope it lasts till the end of the season at least. And then we can obviously look at where we need to be strengthening next year. But he's unplayable at the moment. And now if he keeps playing like that, he's only got a year left on his contract.
Yeah, I think he might sign on it.
I think he might sign a new contract.
I think the idea is to see sort of where we're going to be, because obviously we go down, there's probably a few players that would leave us. But the thing I noticed yesterday about our play on the whole, in general, it wasn't there wasn't a strict way of how we were going to get forward. There was a very sort of different approaches. Like sometimes we'd spray the ball out to the wing, another times we'd play a ball into the striker's feet.
Yeah.
Another would knock it about and trying to find gaps down the wings. It was just like there wasn't, like, obviously under Marsh, it was very much like we need to get to the goal as quick as possible through the middle. With Javi, there doesn't seem to be, as I've mentioned, there doesn't seem to be like this panic that we had before. I know sometimes it worked for us and we could sort of overwhelm teams with our sort of panic and sort of
chaos.
Yeah, chaos and sort of frantic way we were running about and stuff. But now it seems, again, like even when we went a goal down, it just seemed like, now we're good. We've got this. Very, very impressed by Javi Garcia.
From what I took from last night and the last couple of games is that the way we got playing with width now. Okay.
Well, yeah, we were right on the wing.
Yeah, we were right on the wings.
Right on there.
But it weren't just the wingers. No. It was like the fullbacks and the wingers were working in unison. Harrison and Ayling, even on the bits that Ayling did well, was obviously going forward. Yeah. The way they were pinging in between each other and getting in behind. But it was the same on the other side with Firpo and Sinistera.
Some of the play over there was amazing.
I think
it was quality.
If you watch the game on the visual radio, it was Paul Robinson, he's been a bit of a dick recently, to be fair. He's not the way he's been talking, but he was going, everything's coming down the right. But when I was looking at the game, I could Sinistera and Firpo were linking together so well. It's like something's clicked with them in the space of a match. I was like, there's something on here, and there could be something special as well. They keep playing like that together, then, I mean, even feel sorry for Nonto, but if that's the sort of headache that we need, then I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that. I'm definitely happy with having players, really good players, being kept out of the team.
I think if you got really good players, then you're not going to go down. Yeah, I think if you got really good players, you're not going to go down. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, it's when we've got such a selection of young players that can do different things.
Yes.
It's only going to benefit us going forward. It's just getting them all on the same page at the same time, all up to speed. And I think he's doing, I mean, obviously he's sort of taken Nonto out of the limelight a little bit, hasn't he?
Yeah. But then someone stepped up. Yeah. And then we might as well talk about him now. Sinistera.
Yeah.
What a player.
Amazing.
You know, I've been banging his drum for weeks now, and people have been saying, he's a waste of money. And then Paul Robinson said last night, Sinistera's not getting in the team because Nonto's form went, he's been fucking injured. Yeah, he's been injured. And I'm sure if at one point, if Javi Gracia could get them both in the team at the same time, it's just
this is it.
In that front four, there's an embarrassment of riches at the moment.
This is what's good.
That front four, when they're on song, is a top 10 front four, I think, with Rodrigo. But Sinistera was unplayable yesterday. The way he was getting it past people, and he just made them look stupid.
Yeah, he wasn't even doing anything complicated.
No, he's not. He doesn't look that fast. It's like everything he does. It's just like a small drop.
It's just like shoulder. It's quick. It's a quick drop of the shoulder, a little bit of an acceleration away from him, and he gets away from people. But he knows where that goal is.
Yes. Especially that bottom corner from that side.
He knows where the goal is.
If you watch his Feyenoord highlights from last year as well, there's loads of goals he does with that. Yeah. Loads. A lot of his goals have come from that position.
Yeah, I mean, great finish. He nearly had another one in the second half, almost identical. But I can't contain in terms of like how excited I am with all these players that we've got if they can sort of get on it at the same time, because it doesn't matter who we play up there. if we've all got a way of playing them, if we play like we did yesterday, where it's like there's so many different avenues to get at them, like over the top, out to the wing, through the middle. Like it was nice to see a variation of our play yesterday, as opposed to just doing the one route thing.
Yeah, and a lot of that came from the performances of Sinisterra, Harrison. I mean, I'm even going to name drop Aronson here as well. He took a bit of flack recently, and for everything that he's done, there was nothing he did that was stand out yesterday. No. But when you're winning a match, you want a player like Brendan Aronson who's going to hassle everybody, who's going to chase stuff down. It doesn't make things easy, and he may not be the most gifted technical player on our team.
Oh no, he's just lightweight.
Out of what we've got there now. I mean, I'm not saying he's not technically gifted, but I mean, if you look at Sinisterra, Nonto, Harrison, all of them lot, he's not up there when it comes to that. But when he gets in that box, and we've mentioned it a million times, I'm not going to bang that drum again to say that he comes alive in the box, but his work rate is phenomenal, and I think Grasher's going to start him every game, every single game now.
That was the one thing I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah,
because he's got I think he knows what he's going to get from Aronson in terms of just his pure work rate.
Yeah,
and he is good on the ball. He has got ability on the ball. It's just like we've always said about him, sort of bulking up a little bit.
Get in the gym, lad.
But he does like him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I can see that.
I thought like I didn't know what he was going to play after the Arsenal game, but the one player that I knew was going to start was going to be Aronson. Just based on the previous picks. Bamford.
Okay, it's like it was a really weird mix.
He had a good and a bad game all in one.
He did, it's like his hold-up play for the majority of the match was really, really good, and he hassled, he was getting in people's faces, but his finishing is terrible.
Yeah,
and he kept going down like a sack of spuds in that a few times. And I'm thinking, even as a Leeds fan, I was going, just get up, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said this before. Because of the amount of injuries that he had, I think it has affected his turn of pace. Because there's a ball that was played.
Yeah, when he was played through.
I thought he's through here, but then the defender just gained on him. I mean, the first season in the Premier League, he would have been away, and he would have got a shot off early, but he's a bit hesitant now.
Yeah.
But his hold-up play, again, was really he's brilliant at that. The thing that he's really good at the moment is bothering the defenders.
Yeah, he's just a pest, isn't he?
Absolutely bothering them, and he won't give them a minute's peace.
He's like Timmy Mallet. He won't even not get out of you.
Whack a day.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That's what he's like, and he's been doing that really, really, really well. It's just the good thing about Bamford is that he's not similar to Rodrigo, and from what I'm watching now, I mean, we're all getting leery about winning one match, but the forward options are really, really good now. Everybody seems to be fit. Who's on the injured list now? Voba, Dallas, and Forshaw. That's it that I can think of right now. Nonto's probably going to be
Adams.
And Adams. Oh yeah, sorry, I can forget about Tyler Adams. But so the injury list is not that big. Obviously, still some more depth will be needed in that squad.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm happy with that team. The only thing I could really say now, looking into next season, would be a new right back and some depth in the middle of the park.
Yeah, I mean, there needs to be some sort of like changing of the old guard type thing.
Yeah,
like we said. But
we were all saying left back at the start of the year. Now we've got the best left back in the league.
Yeah, he was immense yesterday.
Firpo's the Don, Eddie.
So good. He was getting his name sung out.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, you went to the game. Obviously, I watched it on the visual radio, and from what I saw, when he was lying on the side of the pitch, or towards the end of the game and that as well, he's like
in front of the Forest.
He's turned it around, hasn't he? And there's nothing better than you want as a fan of any club is a player becoming good.
Yeah.
And he's really turned it around. The fans were singing his name. He did that last ditch tackle on Iwanye.
Yeah, he really, really, really good tackle that, because I thought they were in. I thought they can't score from this. They've done nothing all game. But he saved us, man. Yeah.
But he kept Brennan Johnson quiet, and that in itself, I mean, Forest obviously probably one of the worst teams in the league, I would say, and probably the worst team played away.
Yeah.
But Brennan Johnson's a really good player, and Firpo played well against him.
And I know Ayling didn't have the best games, but I thought Morgan Gibbs-White is a good player for Forest as well, and I didn't think he was sort of kept out of it.
Well, he got took off, didn't he?
Yeah. I think the thing is, it's not so much this game that we're all like, oh my God, we won one game and we're super. It's like, you have to look at the progression since he's come in,
Yeah,
and how we've gone from playing a certain way to how we're playing now.
we're quite expansive, really, but in a pragmatic way.
But he's so astute. He knows what he's doing.
I think
He
tactically,
knows what he's doing.
yeah, it's like, but then some of the stuff that he says as well, it's like, I'm just a coach, players.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say who said stuff like that, but you know who I'm on about. He's used to say stuff like that as well, and he seems to be winning over the fans. When he first came in, I was like, who's this? Who's this guy? But Watford fans speak so highly of him.
They hate
and he
him.
lasted the longest. Yeah, he lasted the longest out of any manager in the league. And people are obviously saying he's a short-term fix, but why can't he be a long-term fix? I want every manager to succeed. I do not care if their name is Joe Bloggs, so they come in and they keep us in the league and make us play good football. It doesn't really matter. As long as I'm having fun as a fan and we stay in that Premiership, in the Premiership, that's all I care about.
He's just very understated, isn't he? And he's like, even at the end of the game, like, okay, not to sort of bag on the old manager, but he was very much in your face, like, the fans, like, yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll give a wave and
reserved.
straight down the tunnel.
Probably thinking about the next game already as he's walking down the tunnel. And do this and do that. He seems I like it. I like his calming influence.
I think the whole of our sort of play now is very understated in terms of, like, we're not
gung ho.
Yeah, we're looking. We look. It's going to sound really weird to say. We just look like a normal organised football team.
Yeah.
Which is something that we haven't had for a long time. And I know, like, under Bielsa, it was amazing for like 3 years.
Yeah.
We just blew teams away. But we never had this sort of like measured approach to games. And it's now like we're thinking about the teams we're playing, whereas before it was just like, we're just going to play the way we play.
Yeah.
And you have to just beat us. Now it's a bit more like we'll pick certain players for certain teams, and we know your strengths is going to be good against this team. Blah blah blah. On a whole, I'm not like overwhelmed by the football that we're seeing, but I'm happy with it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not ball busting.
No,
balls to the wall, gut wrenching at times. Leeds will give you that. Those last 10 minutes yesterday, I just shat my pants, sat on the edge of the sofa like that, thinking, oh shit. But I mean. But yeah, there is something to this.
Yeah.
And if it keeps going, and obviously spends more time with the players. I mean, Rutter and Nonto didn't even come on yesterday.
No.
Now they're going to be proper fresh for the weekend. Maybe he's going to try something new. He can try different formation, different tactics, different players. He picks the team for the team he's playing against, not who's the same team every week, which we've saw before. Which is great.
I wouldn't put him past him to, like, on Sunday for us to
play with no 9
to have sort of like not a completely different team, because obviously there's certain players that we want to see playing again, but a sort of different formation with different players in different positions. The whole switching Jack yesterday to the right side, I mentioned, I was on the right side tonight. I thought instantly, like, he's looking for that cutting shots,
and obviously he must have saw something about watching for how far to play, and it worked.
I think that weren't necessarily anything to do with that. I think that was more to West Ham have scored one back, pull one back. Damn it! Come on, Newcastle!
Come on.
Anyway, I think putting Jack on the right yesterday was more of a way of helping Sinistera play on the left because of his
strengths on there
on that side cutting in.
So do you think Jack Harrison gives up a lot for this team sometimes, playing in different positions every single week?
I think he can play a lot of different positions, and I think he's definitely a confidence player. When he's on song and when he's playing confidently, I could put him in any of the positions up top. Yeah, and I know that he's going to give you something.
He played up front when he was manager, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I think what the best thing for us to do now would be to obviously leave that. We need to talk about one more player though. Strike, man.
Strike?
Yeah. What an absolute Belgian warrior. That guy is made of absolute steel. He was an absolute force yesterday. I would say absolute,
by the way.
He's Belgian. Dutch. No, he's on Football Manager. He plays for Belgium.
Well, in real life,
he's Dutch. Yeah,
he's Dutch.
Oh, but he plays for Belgium on my Football Manager team anyway.
Just realised our defence. We've got Cock the Pilot.
Yeah,
we've got Strout the Pirate.
The Pirate. That's a swear ball.
Wober, what's Wober? Is he like the army man?
Yeah, he's sorry. He's
just like I'll get in the trenches, mate.
Yeah, he's somewhere. He is.
But yeah,
and then Firpo, the detective,
the DJ detective.
yeah, DJ detective, he's out. So he's like, he reminds me of someone who will live in Havana when he's
Definitely,
older.
he wears flowery shirts.
Yeah,
all the
flowery
time,
shirts and that.
and sandals.
Yeah, like Stanley in The Office.
Wears glasses. Apart, he wears shades everywhere he goes.
And a fedora, of course. Definitely wears fedoras for Junior Firpo.
I reckon he's got a whip.
Yeah, he's got some. But nah, Strike was insane. That one where who was on the edge? Was it Shelby on the edge of the box? He's run out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, or was it Nico Williams? He went out and he blocked it. I thought, he's my boy. He is. I do love a good defender though.
Nico Williams.
That's why I played for years.
He got absolutely hammered yesterday. Nico Williams. I wouldn't be surprised if he retired after yesterday's game. He got shut on all game by Finisterra, and then that tackle that McKennie did on.
Yeah.
What a tackle.
Well, he dragged back. Didn't he drag back Sinisterra in the first minute? And I got yellow carded straight away.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Did Junior Firpo get a yellow card? I don't think he did. I think we only got
Somerville did, didn't he?
Yeah, I think we only got one yellow card in the whole match. That I can remember, and it was Somerville.
Yeah, Somerville got. I know. I don't think anyone else did.
Look at us. We're winning matches, playing great football, and we're not even dirty Leeds.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. When I look at, I try not to look at games based on just that game and how we play. Like, if we have a game we're terrible, I'll look on a period of games. So, like, 7 games has been in charge now.
Yeah.
And I'll think, like, okay, how have we played in them games? So, he come in, who did Southampton first game?
Yeah.
Won, dominated the game. Should have beaten by more. Obviously, very nervy. Second game, Fulham?
Fulham in the FA Cup.
FA Cup, should have won that game.
I don't count that in his 7.
I don't, but it's a game. It's like you just look at the progress in terms of him coming in and implementing his way of playing. Chelsea was a very sort of
it was just a shit game.
It was a shit game. It weren't a game that we got battered in.
Yeah.
There was a couple of chances from them, but improvement. The next game, who was Brighton, really, really different way of playing, really strict way of playing, and it
was a great defensive performance.
It worked.
Yeah.
We counteracted them, trying to counteract the way we used to play, and it worked a treat. I mean, they did. You know, they'd had a lot of the ball and they created a lot of chances, but we stuck in and we got a draw out of that. And then we go to
Southampton.
No.
Wolves. What the fuck did I say? Southampton?
Because we played them and beat them.
Yeah, we did beat
Wolves.
them.
Again, another. I mean, I know Wolves come on a little bit, but we were clinical, played really well,
and we hung in there as well. Such a battling spirit in that game. Yeah.
Arsenal for the first half an hour, we were probably the better team. Another good game plan.
Yeah.
Selection was correct. Penalty was a little bit harsh. Second goal killed us off. Whatever. Top of the league, fair enough. Mm-hmm. You take that loss because you know it is what it is. Yeah. And then yesterday, I mean, you look at the whole sort of progress from that point to now, and I am very, very comfortable and happy with us now staying up. Like, I think if we continue to do what we're going to do, I think we're more than stay up easy.
Okay, that's good. Right, so we beat Brighton. Well, we
didn't beat Brighton.
We drew Brighton. We've beat
2-2.
We've drew with Brighton. We beat in Forest last night. This weekend we have the Crystal Palace, a Zaha-less Crystal Palace, managed by someone who's older than me by 4 times.
Oh, before we move on to Palace, I just want to give a shout out to my friend Liam Geary for taking me to the game last night. Yes. Cheers, mate. It was an absolute top night. Great game. Well played. Thanks for that. Anyway, Palace.
Well done, Leo, taking James to Ellen Road.
Not you, just me.
Yeah, sounds good. But no, that was good. And yeah, so Palace this weekend. Sunday, 2:00.
They went on a bit of a shit run, didn't they? And then they were going to beat Leicester. I mean, Leicester.
Yeah, but obviously they sat Vieira, got Roy Hodgson in.
Got that young up and coming coach.
Yeah.
From Malta. Malta.
Yeah, Malta. So they've got him in. We've got some stuff that obviously James wants to go through. He's got some facts about.
Oh, facts. I'll whip the facts out a little bit. In terms of we're at home, another home game.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna go for a selection because
we won't be able to guess.
We won't get it. We won't get it. I think them two might stay in. Roca and McKennie might stay in because of how well they did together yesterday.
Harrison's definitely going to stay. I liked Harrison.
I'm
And I've probably Sinistera as well after.
Does he keep the same team that started? I don't know.
It's this. It's
He
this.
could do.
It is this. That sort of formation is against that sort of
But
team.
this is the amazing thing that he does. Like, there's no one would question whether we kept that team going and playing Palace
Yeah.
because of how well we played. But then he probably won't. He'll probably change everyone.
Yeah.
Melia will probably play on the right wing.
He's a good winger. I'd see how good he is in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Do that in there.
Nearly headed the top of the
He could
stand.
play some of
big he is.
after his finish at the end of the game as well. Yeah.
Fuck me.
It's lucky he was offside.
Some of them.
It's funny about Nonto running onto the pitch taking the piss.
Absolute ripping his ass.
Yeah. So yeah, Palace. We're digressing again. We don't do this often.
They've got a good few young players.
Yeah. Eze's good.
Eze is good. What's his name?
Elise, yeah.
Elise is a good player. Zaha's not playing,
Zaha's not playing.
so he can't get
Mateta is up front.
God,
But Mateta,
yeah.
Sato. AU always seems to play well against Leeds. Jordan AU always plays well. Seems to skin the shit out of us every time. But he's a terrible player as well.
Yeah, I don't know how he does well against
He
us.
plays well against Leeds, doesn't he, Jordan?
Short
AU?
one.
Yeah.
But last game we played on, it was that whole tale of not taking our chance.
Yeah.
Because for the first, I think, half an hour or the first 40 minutes or so, absolutely battered them.
Yeah.
We ended up losing. We went 1-0, ended up losing 2-1. But I don't see that happening this Sunday.
Neither do I. I'll predict a win.
Don't see that. I'm always going to predict the win. It's going to be about 13-0.
If you look at all the teams around us, and like if you look at who's got the most potent attack out of all the teams down the bottom, it's us by a mile. West Ham have got good players. They've only got Jared Bowen in there. So out of it, who's more potent than us? Who's scored more goals?
West Ham have got Samasi Abu.
Samasi Abu, oh yeah. Shaka Hislop's still in goal for them.
Yeah, he's still there.
Samasi Abu. Ludek McCloskey, remember that bad boys, yeah? So yeah, Samasi Abu.
I don't really know, that in terms of the forwards down there.
West Ham got Jared Bowen. Would you rather have Antonio or Bamford?
At the moment,
Yeah. You're not even going to answer that, are you?
no, I don't know.
But, I
like Antonio.
Yeah.
I do like Antonio. He's a big, strong lad.
He's always injured.
Yeah.
So is Bamford.
Just playing like he's injured now.
Yeah.
Nah,
I don't. I'd say I'd rather have our four than theirs.
Of course would. Yeah, of course you would. Our forwards, Bruta. Yeah, we've got.
Yeah, exactly.
It's sad that we can't play them all at the same time.
Well, no, yeah. Imagine that we had them all at home.
One defender,
Yeah, one.
9 attackers.
Oh no. But yeah. So James, what are your predictions for the weekend?
We're
We're not going to go too much into detail about Palace. And
we'll read some facts.
yeah, but we are going to get some facts. But obviously, it's going to be. I think this might be more difficult than Forest last night. They will be more organised anyway than that. They've got a few players that can change games. I mean, Forest only had Brennan Johnson, but these two go.
Mm.
If they've got Eze and Elise playing, they can hurt us.
Forest have got 60 players on their books.
60 players on their books as well.
Oh shit!
I do. Eze and Elise are the ones that scare me the most out of anybody in that side.
That Anderson at the back's pretty good. It's good. I
Who's
like
that?
him at the back for.
Yeah, to be fair, Matt Gahey and Anderson,
Yeah.
tops. I would take them two. If any players out of that team would be them two.
Yeah, I like him. He's a good player. He is.
Yeah, they're very, very good. I mean, and that's about it. I mean, you can get at them down the flanks though.
Klein.
That's what I'm saying. There's no Tyreek Mitchell. That I believe he's out. Like they've got Klein and Schlupp playing at left back and right back.
Have they got Attilio Lombardo?
No, they haven't got him playing anymore. But
Oh man.
but if we can get them down there, that's the game won. And look where our strengths are.
To be honest, Palace don't really. I might be wrong on this, but from my point of view, they don't seem to do well against us at Ellen Road.
No,
They seem to not play very well. So I'll take us winning this game, probably about 13-0 or something.
that's fine.
I've said that already, but I want to say it again.
Yeah.
13-0.
Palace facts, James.
Palace facts.
Palace
I've got
facts.
10 right.
13.
So I'm going to get.
You can pick 3 of them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. There's 10 facts.
Yeah.
And you can pick 3 numbers, and I'll read them numbers.
4.
Number 4. All right. Number 4 fact was their winger, Jason Puncheon, who joined Palace from Saints on a permanent deal.
Yeah.
So
These going to be a bit out there.
I think it's old, mate. Old facts.
Old facts.
Go to another one.
Yeah. 2.
Crystal Palace. This is a good one, actually. Crystal Palace actually used to play their home games within the grounds of Crystal Palace, which also hosted FA Cup finals until the 1914.
Well, that's a pretty good start, isn't it?
All right.
When I was a kid, I used to think that their ground was a Crystal Palace. Like a big crystal ground, I did.
Did you?
But then I realised that I'm a twat.
I used to think that them and Wimbledon used to just swap kits. They both play at Selhurst Park. Because of their original home ground, the clubs went under the nickname of the Glaziers and the Crystals before they became commonly known as the Eagles in the early 1970s.
That's a good start. Okay, you can have one more.
Okay, let me try and find a good... I'll read this one. Crystal Palace are the only team in the Premier League history to have been relegated after finishing fourth bottom. This happened at the end of the 94-95 season when the number of teams competing in the division was cut from 22 to 21.
Oh, that's a shame, that is, isn't
Kicking
it?
the shitbags, that is.
Yeah.
Wounded. Yeah, so the first fact was an old fact.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm actually going to read it.
Go on then.
Just to finish off. So their winger, Jason Puncheon, who no longer plays for them, by the way, who joined Palace from Saints on a permanent deal in the summer, which when he joined them in that
About
summer,
8 years ago,
9 years ago, picked up Southampton's Goal of the Season award in the 2012-13 season thanks to his volley against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Great.
Is that it? Is that the fucking fact?
That's the fact
That's fucking
of Jason Puncheon, who no longer plays for Crystal Palace, and he won't be playing on Sunday. But anyway,
fuck him.
Fuck Jason Puncheon.
Yeah. Okay, so predictions. I think we're going to win.
Yeah, I think we're going to win. I don't know if you know this, Kev.
But are you always thinking they're going to win? Of course.
I'm always going to predict we're going to win.
All right.
Always going to. And I'm hoping that Liverpool beat Arsenal.
Yeah, I hope so too. So that means then they'll think that they're big time, and then
Yeah.
we can beat them
They
afterwards.
seem to do this one-on-one off thing
Yeah.
this season.
But if they get spanked by Arsenal, we're in the shit. And we,
Yeah, I'm trying watching that game if they get spanked by Arsenal.
Yeah. So, okay, Palace, then Liverpool.
Palace, Liverpool, yeah. 2 home games. I think when we get to Liverpool, we'll probably look at that and be like, yeah, we'll just...
Well, our next show, obviously we're having a bit of holiday, aren't we? We're going to have a few days in between. I think our next show is going to be Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, bank holiday. Easter Monday, yeah.
Easter Monday, we're going to do our next show because obviously we've got a few bits and that going on, but obviously we'd probably we'll bring the Palace win to you.
Palace win will be brought to you with the courtesy of the Leeds house.
Yes. Okay, I think we're probably best off leaving this there now. We've gone on quite a while longer than usual today. So, I'm Kevin.
I'm still James.
And thanks for listening to Leeds House.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.